Like a lot of things these days, the cost of fast food and eating out has gone up pretty drastically, in my opinion. It can be a huge budget buster for families. But if I'm being honest, I have those nights sometimes when either the dinner plan falls through or maybe the dinner plan didn't get made at all. I mean, I'm right there with you if that happens to you and you're just in a pinch and you need something quick and easy to feed your family. Well, instead of hopping in the drive-through line or dropping $40, $50, $60 on fast food when those situations happen, I've developed kind of a repertoire of really quick and easy meals that I can throw together to feed my family. I mean, these are the kinds of things that are so fast. It's almost just as fast for me to run into the grocery store and grab these ingredients and make this meal as it is for me to like put an order in some fast food app or go through a drive-through line and wait for them to make my food for me. So I'm going to share those with you today in hopes that they are helpful to you if you ever find yourself in that sort of dinner emergency situation, but you still want to save money. Tortellini with a kind of prepared dip or jar sauce. This is so versatile. Fresh tortellini, even several name brands, is around $7 for a 20-ounce bag. It's even cheaper if you're buying it frozen. Same goes for the ravioli. And on the bag, it says it serves 4 to 5 people. If you're feeding younger kids, it probably would be enough for a family. If you're feeding teenagers or more grown adults, you might need 2 bags. And these cook so quickly on the stove, especially the fresh ones. Once the water comes to boil, it just takes like 3 to 5 minutes. My favorite way to prepare it, and I've done it so many times on this channel, in fact I just did recently last month in a video, is to pick up a container of prepared dip, whether that's bacon cheddar dip or French onion dip or tzatziki dip. There's so many different options at the grocery store, and use that dip as a sauce. So once the tortellini is cooked, I just stir in that prepared dip and voila, I have a pasta meal ready to go. And a lot of these tortellinis have anywhere from 10 to 15 grams of protein per serving. So I don't even think that meat is necessary, but if it's something that you want and you have a few more dollars, you could just pick up like a can of chicken breast or even a rotisserie chick from the deli when you run into the grocery store to get the tortellini and the sauce or the dip. Okay, show of hands, who grew up hearing, "We have McDonald's at home"? Or fill in the name of your favorite fast food place. This next one is sort of my version of "We have Chick-fil-A at home." We love the Southern style chicken fillets that you can find in the frozen section at Walmart. I think they're about $12.50 for a bag, and usually there's about 6 fillets in a bag. And we use these in a lot of ways. You can turn them into salads, you can put them in tortillas, you can just buy a package of buns and make your own little homemade Chick-fil-A sandwiches. The only drawback is the fillets take around 12 to 15 minutes to cook in the air fryer, and I can only cook them about 2 at a time in the size of air fryer that I have. And yes, I know I could cook them in the oven, but there's just something about making them in the air fryer that makes them more similar to the ones that we pick up at Chick-fil-A. So my solution when I'm in a hurry or I just want the meal to come together quicker is to pick up the Southern style chicken nuggets because I can cook them all at once. And Walmart has started carrying in their house brand these Hawaiian style hot dog buns. So while those chicken nuggets are in the air fryer cooking, I will take those hot dog buns and slice them up into thirds. So instead of 8 buns, I have 24 little buns. Some of you are starting to realize where this is going, right? And once those chicken nuggets are done, I can put them into the little mini Hawaiian buns and then brush the tops of them with a little bit of melted butter and honey. And it's a pretty decent version, not exactly the same, but a pretty good version of the chicken minis that you can only get at breakfast time. Since the air fryer is occupied cooking the nuggets, I'm probably not gonna do French fries. I'd probably do chips or crackers, maybe some baby carrots to go along with that to complete the meal. And all of those things together at the time that I'm filming this come out to around $17. When was the last time you were able to feed your entire family Chick-fil-A for $17? I'm not even sure I can feed myself. I'm not saying never go to Chick-fil-A. I'm just saying it's kind of pricey. It's a special treat. This is a more cost-effective way to have something similar at home. Another option with those chicken nuggets, instead of making little sandwiches with them, is to get yourself a bottle of teriyaki sauce. I like the name brand on this, although Walmart's Better Goods brand is carrying an orange sauce now that I'd kind of like to try with this little trick. There are lots of options where quick cooking rice is concerned, even if you don't want to fire up the stove and do like minute rice. Bird's Eye has a steam in the bag rice that also has vegetables with it, and the Innovation brand in my Walmart has both both fried rice and white rice, and it all cooks in the microwave. What I would do is get a box of that sticky rice from Innovation in the frozen section, and then also pick up a bag of steam in the bag peas and carrots. And while the chicken nuggets are cooking in the air fryer, I can cook those two things in the microwave and then mix them together. And once the chicken nuggets are done and tossed with the sauce, you just put them on top of the rice and veggies, and you've got yourself like a little rice bowl like you might pick up at a place like Panda Express. And made even yummier by the fact that it only cost me around $18 for all of those things that I mentioned. And it would make 4 pretty generous servings, although that would be enough for my family of 5 with an 11, 12, 15-year-old and then 2 adults. And not to belabor the chicken nugget thing, but I'm going to. You could also get wing sauce, like a buffalo sauce or a garlic Parmesan sauce to toss the nuggets in. And then you could still serve them over like a quick cooking rice, but also instant mashed potatoes. Maybe some steam in the bag broccoli or something like that, and you can make little chicken nugget mashed potato bowls. I do have some more quick meal ideas to show you guys, but I'm out running some errands, and I wanted to take a quick break to thank today's sponsor, Upside, which is a free app you can download in either Google Play or the App Store, and it gives you cash back at places like restaurants, grocery stores, and where I use it the most, gas stations. And yes, it is real cash back. You can actually have it transferred directly to your bank account, or you can trade it in for a variety of gift cards to different retailers, which actually can come in handy for the very topic that we're talking about in this video, having some quick meal options for those nights when the dinner plan falls through. Since one of the things I need to do while I'm out is get gas, I thought I would show you real time how this works. Once I open up the app, it shows me all of these different options on the map nearby that have cashback options. So I am going to choose, let's see, this one right here from this gas station for 10 cents back per gallon of gas. I'm going to claim it. And now all I need to do is go to this gas station on my way home and fill up my tank. And then when I'm finished, I just follow the directions to claim the cash back. Sometimes that's upload a receipt, and sometimes because I have a credit card linked in here, it just automatically adds the cash back to my Upside account in a few days. Top Upside earners are making as much as $300 a month. To find out how much you could earn, just visit the link in the description box to sign up for the Upside app and use my code Mindy. It's going to get you an extra 25 cents back per gallon on your first tank of gas. Or you can just use this QR code right here. Scan it right here, and you can sign up for the Upside app and get that offer too. And thank you again to Upside for sponsoring today's video. Last summer, I started noticing Arbys sauce in the grocery store. I am a huge Arbys roast beef sandwich fan. It's probably one of my all-time favorite fast food treats. I mean, my mouth is watering right now thinking about it. I love me an Arbys roast beef sandwich. I'm actually old enough to remember when Arbys used to run their 5 for $5 deal. You would get 5 roast beef sandwiches for $5. Yes, if you're younger or you don't remember this, it was a thing.
It's been 84 years.
Okay, it was a thing, and back in the early 90s when they were running that special, my mom would definitely take advantage of that a couple of times when that little special came around. But nowadays, the best I've seen in recent years is 4 for $10, and the regular price for just the like standard roast beef sandwich, I think it's over $5 now for just one. But I can visit just about any supermarket with a deli, and my Walmarts do have a deli where they will slice the meat for you, and I can get some roast beef and have them shave it really thin, pick up a package of buns, some of that Arbys sauce, and I'm coming in under 20 bucks. And the number of sandwiches you get would, depend on how much of the beef you like on your sandwiches. And you could serve them cold, but I really prefer them warm, so I would probably warm up or toast those buns, and then I also warm up the lunch meat in the microwave before I assemble the sandwiches. I want to stop right here and say that I am in no way saying that you should never go through the drive-thru, that you should never get takeout, that you should never eat restaurant food. That is the thing that we plan for and budget for in our household budget. What I am trying to eliminate is the last minute frantic drive-through run or run over to the local restaurant and pick up takeout because for some reason the dinner I had planned fell through or I didn't have one planned. Maybe it's because some activity activity ran longer than we thought it would, or extra things got thrown into the schedule, or maybe for whatever reason, I just didn't get dinner going in the crock pot when I was supposed to, this list gives me options that are more cost effective and that don't take me very much longer at all just to run into a grocery store and grab the ingredients for. So instead of busting my budget on $40, $50, $60, $70 of fast food or restaurant food when we're having one of those dinner emergencies, I can visit this list of options and just, run into my grocery store and grab these ingredients if I don't already have it and throw together a really fast meal that doesn't cost me nearly as much. I know, and probably everybody knows about take and bake pizzas. For under $8 at my Walmart or Aldi, I can pick up a giant pepperoni pizza. I mean, they're much bigger than the frozen pizzas, and also, in my opinion, they taste a lot better. One of the things we've discovered at Little Caesars that we really like is the crazy crust, and best I can tell, it's just an option when you're ordering your pizza where they will turn your crust into more like a crazy bread. I mean, come on, how delicious is crazy bread? I know it's just breadsticks with a liberal amount of butter and shaky canned parm poured over the top of it when it comes out of the oven. It's just a next level kind of delicious. I could probably eat my weight in that stuff. So trust me on this. Crazy crust, I'm telling you. So what I've started doing when I make pizzas at home, whether it's from scratch or the take and bake pizzas, is take a little butter, maybe a few tablespoons, put it in the microwave to melt it, stir in a little bit of that shaky canned parm and maybe even a little bit of garlic salt, and then I'll use a basting brush to baste it onto the crust right when the pizza comes out of the oven, like while it's still hot. You don't want to put it on before because then the cheese will burn on the top of it, but you want to put it on right when it comes out. I'm telling you. It's so good. I've also been known, if that take and bake pizza has like a thick outer crust, it has a lot of extra crust on the outside of the pizza, to take some string cheeses and like rip them in half or maybe even quarters and then stretch that crust out and tuck the cheese stick underneath the crust, fold it over, and so that when I bake it bakes up as like a stuffed crust pizza. And then also do the crazy crust, because more butter is usually a good answer for the question, how do I make this more delicious? One of the most requested meals in my house in the summer is Italian sandwiches. I've shown these so many times on my channel. It's just a loaf of French bread with some thinly sliced deli ham, some pepperoni, salami, provolone cheese, a few vegetables, maybe a little oil and vinegar. And I'm telling you, my kids can't get enough of it. They request it constantly. But another spin on this with some additional shortcuts is to pick up the cold cuts and grab a package of 6 hoagie rolls like these from Pepperidge Farm. I like these better than the store brand because they're softer and they're actually the same price or even less. And then I would grab a chopped salad kit, like maybe in the Caesar or another flavor of your choice that you think would go well with the cold cuts that you picked up. Because the chopped salad kits mimic the kinds of greens that they have in sandwich shops. And then they also come with some accoutrements, including dressing that you can use to dress your sandwich as well. So I would make up that chopped salad kit and then pile that salad on top of the sandwich to sort of take it to the next level. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, but Subway has gotten kind of pricey. I mean, I don't blame them. They have to charge what they have to charge. It's a business. They're there to make money and we're going to pay for the convenience. But I think that 6 Italian sandwiches, like 6-inch sandwiches to feed my family from Subway would cost me upwards of $40. And I might save a little bit more by buying, the foot-long subs and then cutting them in half, but still it's not going to compare to the $17 or so that I'm paying for the ingredients that I mentioned for these Italian sandwiches. And I just have to run into the store and grab them and run out. I don't think it would take me longer to do that than it would to go through the line at Subway. 2-ingredient tomato soup with cheddar grilled cheese. A jar of pasta sauce plus 1 cup of heavy cream makes the most delicious tomato soup. And I've tried several recipes from scratch over the year. Nothing beats this. And yes, you can substitute half and half for the heavy cream. I've done that several times. It won't be quite as rich, but it will still be delicious. To serve my entire family, I double it. So I need 2 jars of pasta sauce and 1 pint of heavy cream, which is the equivalent of 2 cups. And that comes out to under $7 at my Walmart at the time that I'm filming this, and it only takes about 5 minutes to heat up on the stove. But pro tip, make sure that you're stirring it or staying nearby when you're heating that up on the stove because it will scorch easily because of the cream. When I'm in a rush or just don't feel like putting in the effort to make grilled cheese on the skillet or the griddle, I will pick up a box or two of this cheese toast from the frozen section. It heats up in about 5 minutes once the oven is preheated, and it's really great for dipping into the tomato soup. All in all, this meal comes out to just a little bit under or just a little bit over $10, depending on if I'm buying 1 or 2 boxes of the cheese toast, and it only takes about 15 minutes to put together. There are so many shortcuts using rotisserie chicken. I mean, that little grocery store marvel has entire videos, including on this channel, dedicated like solely to that one thing, right? And at my Walmart and my Aldi, I can even pick up the rotisserie chicken already pulled off the bone for more convenience. But if you have an Aldi in your area, you've probably noticed that in addition to the pulled rotisserie chicken, they also have pulled pork. And I don't mean like the barbecue pork that you get in the little containers that you heat up in the microwave. I mean just like slightly seasoned, fully cooked pulled pork that's already shredded up and in a little 1 pound container. So I would probably also grab, in addition to that pulled pork, like some salsa, my tortillas of choice. There are lots of different options there at Aldi. And I would also pick up a chopped salad kit, probably in the Southwest, if they have one that's like the Southwest style chopped salad kit. And now I have the beginnings for really delicious pulled pork tacos for around $17. Or you could go the nacho route. You know, you could grab some tortilla chips and some shredded cheese. If you're craving some sides, of course, they have beans and refried beans. And they also have lots of different rice options, including some that are like heat and eat, like they're already cooked. You just pop them into the microwave for a minute or two and heat them up. And we love to pick up Tex-Mex from some of our local restaurants. We have a few favorites nearby, but usually we're spending over $50 on takeout at one of those places when we get it. So it's not a thing we want to do all the time. And even if I am picking up some sides to go along with these pulled pork tacos from Aldi, I'm probably spending less than half what I would have spent at one of my local restaurants on like a Tex-Mex style meal. Speaking of Aldi, I have not tried the Euro kits that are in the freezer section there from the Bremer brand. Several of you have mentioned those and have said they're really good, especially in a pinch. But would I rather get the sirloin steak tips or something like them from their quick heat and eat refrigerated section that's kind of over where the pizzas are, and then pick up some naan? And they have several different choices in my Aldi, different sizes, and even some that are seasoned. They almost always have tzatziki dip at my Aldi as well. Maybe some cucumbers to chop up, and then I could make my own Euros. I'm not sure it would cost less than picking up the Euro kit, but they might taste a little better since you're making them, you know, a little bit fresher with a little bit fresher ingredients that haven't been frozen. Just a thought. Leave me a comment and let me know if you have any fast, you know, quick and easy meals you can throw together in a pinch like these. We are often getting great ideas from each other in the comments section. And for more tips and tricks for your family kitchen, make sure that you're subscribed. Pick out one of these videos to watch next, and I'll see you there.